guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while you guys saw me, and I've just been all around trying to make some money and just been generally busy with life. So guys, how are you all doing? I hope you're good. I'm very well, and like I said, I'm just taking my time to create content these days. So today is just another beautiful day that I'm going out, have an outing with my sister, and we're just going to swim, just a day out without the children. In the meantime, I want to discuss something with you guys. So I don't know if you guys are aware that my daughter Abigail, who you guys have been following up with, shout out to all her internet aunties and even uncles. I am so happy that you guys are there. So if you guys know, Abigail repeated a class when she was in playgroup. She was 1 year old. At that point, she had just regressed and she wasn't communicating well, she wasn't writing properly, and what they used to promote children in that class from playgroup is writing. So you should be able to write 1 to 10 before you leave playgroup in Abigail's school, and Abigail was not able to write 1 to 10. I think she was only able to write 1. I don't even know if she even was able to grasp the concept of writing, because she was just very slow and dull, and all that period was more of singing than even anything else. And so when Abigail repeated the class, she had grown into communicating better, and many things were falling into place. And even though when she was repeating, I wasn't very comfortable with her repeating, because I knew her capacity. I knew this girl was good with colors, she was good with shapes, she was good with letters. It's just that she didn't really know how to write. She was only writing 1, and that the 1 was even just oversized. It was never like she can use a whole page to write that 1, you know. So when they were promoting her mates, she repeated, and I went to the school and talked to them about it. I tried to make sure that it was the best decision for her, and then I agreed with it. Now Abigail is in pre-KG, and this pre-KG is a class that she's going to before entering nursery and before entering primary. So in this pre-KG now, her teacher has so many good things to say about her. Her teacher is saying that Abigail is doing very well. So yesterday I was calculating it, and I was wondering, Abigail's school, Abigail has primary, okay, this is how it is. There's playgroup, then pre-KG, then KG1, KG2, and then primary 1 to primary 5. That's how they do it in her school. And so I calculated that, like me now, I finished school at 9 years. I feel like the average Nigerian child finishes primary school at 9 years old, just like I did. My sister even finished at 8 years old because she had double promotion. And my daughter is going to be finishing at 11. Based on my calculation, she's going to be 4 years old in pre-KG, 5 in KG1, 6 KG2, and then plus 5 years. That's 11 years in primary 5. That means while she's in JS1, she'll be clocking 12 years, you know. In JS2 13, JS3 14. So I calculated all this, and my daughter is going to be finishing school at 11 years old, which I feel like is really, I mean, when I was 11 years, I was probably in like JS2 or JS3, and I'm not using myself to compare, but I know that she repeated, so her age may not be like average with every other member of her class, but at least it should be like a year lower than the usual, not 2 years. And I'm really kind of worried or bothered about a situation where she's the oldest child in her class. I'm very bothered about that. I want her to be like every other student. I don't want my daughter to be the oldest in her class. Maybe it's not something to worry about, but I actually am a bit bothered about it, and I just want to make sure that if that is actually happening, it's happening for the right reasons. So after calculating all this, I called her teacher to talk to her, and her teacher said, based on Abigail's ability when it comes to literacy and numeracy, which is what they call English and maths now, based on reading, she would take Abigail directly to primary 1. She won't even put her in KG1 or KG2 because Abigail is that good. But then there was a sentence she made that I kind of made me feel somehow, but you know, I'm not taking it personal because I know that's the best way she could express herself. And she said that based on reasoning, that she would not move Abigail out of the class because when she was conducting exams for them, or when she conducts exams for them, she has to break down the questions to the easiest way for Abigail to understand her. And I kind of understand what she's saying because there are some questions I ask Abigail that Abigail doesn't really understand my question, but I have to break it down for her. I have to explain my question for her. Not that she doesn't know the answer, but I have to break it down. I mean, it was Abigail that even told me the subjects she does. I just do homework and I really don't know the subjects. And one day I know literacy and numeracy, and I asked Abigail what are the subjects you do in school, and she was just looking at me. In fact, she started mentioning the name of students in her class, and I'm like, no. I said, what subjects do you do in your class? Like literacy, numeracy, and then on her own she continued mentioning all of them. Science experience, you know how Abigail talks, she talks in a very sweet way. Science experience, social norms, you know, she just mentioned some subjects that I don't even know, but they were very, I could understand what she was saying because she was very audible about it. So the thing is that she may not understand your question, but she has the answer inside of her. So you need to like break it down very well, and that's what the teacher does when she's giving her exams. And she can read almost anything, but you know, even after reading, you may still need to explain. Of course, I feel like that is even normal for her age. After reading, you still need to explain what you read, but she can read everything, but you need to explain what she read to her. So there are just some very little lapses here and there, and teacher termed it her reasoning is not enough to promote her. And then I'm just thinking to myself, like, I feel like she will still catch up. It's still part of the communication gap we're working on. But when it comes to the book, this girl knows. I mean, on her own, she takes books and she sets questions for herself and she gets the answers and she writes the answers correctly. So I'm in a very tight place right now. I was going to discuss this with my husband first before going to talk to them about it in school. Up till now, I haven't even discussed this with my husband, so I don't even know my next line of action, but I just decided to bring it to you guys. I want to know what you guys opinions are. What do you guys think? Do you guys think I should just let her move to the next class without any double promotion or whatever, or do you think it's worth it for me to like make her have the double promotion? And also, the teacher advised that if she was going to move to a higher class, then we need to do a lot of backup, a lot of pushing. You know, we need to push her, because if she's going into, they're going to third term now, so she's going to third term of the other class, we should be able to take her back to everything they've learned first and second term. And like, there's so much work to be done in a very short period of time, if that's possible. So I just want to know, in your children's respective schools, how are the classes like? What's the structure like? Is it, how many classes do they have to be in before they get into primary 1? Because I feel like this is too much. So I called my sister, and my sister told me that her daughter was, we did the calculation, her daughter was going to finish school at 9 years old. So I mean, my daughter is going to be finishing school at 11 years old, and yes, she repeated one class, but she started school at 1 year. So even if she repeated, at least we should be talking of 10 years, you know, not 11. She gets, so the whole system is really confusing, and I'm really confused. So let's just see how it goes. I'll keep you guys updated, not in this video of course, but I'll keep you guys updated on how we go about it. You guys just drop your opinions in the comment section and I will let you know what's going on.